Thank you for joining us. I'm Brad Clonch.
And I'm Quin Tran.
The Chickasaw Nation and Oklahoma City University collaborate on a very special production.
It's a play inspired by the life and legacy of Chickasaw storyteller Teyata.
She led the way at a time there was not too many people doing what she was doing. She was doing her legends and educating people. I want them to know who she was, but I want them to be touched by her story. It's just such a beautiful story. She was so brave at a time when women didn't do what she did, and she was a Native woman, and so that was even harder to do.
Judy Lee Oliva is a Chickasaw playwright who is helping bring Teyata's story to life. Other Chickasaws are involved in the play. Nancy McDonald is portraying Elder Teyata, and Tana Takeshorse is playing young Teyata. The play is showing this month at Oklahoma City University, and then in July, it will be performed in Washington, D.C. at the National Museum of the American Indian Rasmuson Theater. The performances at OCU are June 14th through 17th and June 21st through 24th. For times and ticket information, go to www.okcu.edu/theater. The Chickasaw Nation supports the fine arts by hosting a number of events and activities this summer.
One of them is the Chickasaw Chamber Music Festival. The festival features live concerts and master classes that allow interaction between musicians and the audience.
And so what happens is the ensemble takes their time out and they give public lessons to students who have prepared works, and the students go on stage and they perform, and then the ensemble or the guest artist coaches them from the audience, and they just kind of have, and people can come and watch this, and so it's like an open public private lesson for a student, and so it gives them both kind of that intensity and pressure of a performance, but also the intimacy of working with that artist.
The Chamber Music Festival took place at the McSwain Theater in Ada. This is the second annual three-day event. The festival featured a new group this year, So Percussion, a modern percussion quartet that has performed at Carnegie Hall, the Lincoln Center Festival, and venues abroad. The percussion group held this master class, teaching and coaching students on skills to elevate their musical talents. The festival also featured Dallas-based Voices of Change and native guitarist Gabriel Ayala. This is their second year to participate, and their concerts were outstanding at the festival. You're never too old to learn something new.
Chickasaw elders say that's true for them, even with art. The Chickasaw Nation Division of Arts and Humanities hosts several art classes and workshops for elders. There's a special hands-on workshop every quarter for elders. This one featured mosaic art. Elders created frames through mosaic art, and for some, this was the first time they've explored art.
They talked me into it. But I'm going to try. Oh, I think it's great. If you know what you're doing, and maybe I'll learn.
This art workshop was held at the new Arts and Humanities building near downtown Ada. The senior citizens say they enjoy these types of activities. They get to visit with other Chickasaw elders, spend time with each other, and learn and create something new. Chickasaw elders, they have so many stories to share and tell.
A Chickasaw artist says he's so blessed to be able to capture some of the tribe's elders and their stories.
Mike Larsen has been able to do so through a series of paintings known as portraits of our elders.
I was raised by my grandparents. I grew up with old people, and so I've always been comfortable with people of that generation. Sometimes I would sit there with an empty sketch pad because I just couldn't take my eyes off these people. These 48 elders represent the living elders of the Chickasaws. We were very fortunate. We would go visit these people. I would interview them with the help of people like Linda, Galvan, other people from the Arts and Humanities. Linda was so good because she speaks the language and she knows all these people. Some of them would talk a lot, some of them wouldn't talk very much at all. But we came up with some wonderful works because of it. Their stories are pretty much all the same. in one way or another. They all had hard times. They lived through the Depression. Some of them were much more poor than others. But they all got through it, and they all don't regret those times, and they're all happy to be where they are. In these 48 paintings, there were 2 or 3 things that were have-tos, had to be done. First was, had to be a good painting. Has to be a good painting, good work of art. The second was, they had to look exactly like the person I was painting. It forced me, in a good way, to pay attention to what I was seeing. And the color in her hair up here, I painted one woman in particular. She was so frail. And as it happened, she died a couple of weeks after I did her painting. What we saw in her was that she was almost transparent. You could almost see through her. And it's because she was ready to begin her journey. Do you see? She was a quilt maker. She was renowned among the tribe as a maker of quilts. And the quilt that she had with her that she wanted to be in her painting was a prairie girl pattern. A couple of weeks later, she died after I'd done the painting. So they buried her wrapped in that quilt. We became part of all these families. And when we go back down to Sulphur now and revisit the paintings, you go in there and you stand and you revisit these times that we spent with these people and their stories. We wanted to be with these people and paint the living people, elders.
They're just beautiful paintings of Chickasaw elders, very lifelike, and you can see the large portraits on display at the Chickasaw Cultural Center in Sulphur.
The elders' portraits and their stories are also featured in 2 publications. They Know Who They Are and Proud to be Chickasaw. The books are both available through the Chickasaw Press.
Well, we thank you so much for watching this episode of CNTV.
We'll see you next time.
Explore Chickasaw.tv for more than 1,000 additional videos about everything Chickasaw. The people, the arts, citizen services, our vibrant history. And we have a brand new feature, Learn Our Language with lessons, stories, and games. Plus, don't miss these new stories on the next CNTV on Chickasaw.tv.